So this is Prashant Chaube, your host for Figuring Out, and this is the fourth episode that we are doing with a very young lad, at 20 years of age, Ankit Kumar Singh. He has been in the startup ecosystem, has worked with multiple startups over the past 2 to 3 years while being in college, but then he dropped out. Presently, he is working with Prism Labs, which is a YC and blockstack backed startup. So, and very recently they released the Bridge Academy students, the first cohort of it, and it was very successful. So, would you like to please tell us a bit about what is Bridge Academy and what you stand for?
So, Bridge Academy is primarily a career accelerator for individuals who are looking to get started with building apps on blockchain and like who want to have a career working with blockchain startup. It is a product of Prism Labs.
My first question to you would be that very interestingly, you dropped out of college. So,
yeah.
What do you think is the logic behind dropping out, and is it advisable for people to drop out? And who should drop out and who should not drop out, or is it just fancy?
Okay, so like I have a very basic notion about dropping out of college.
Right.
Not just about dropping out of college, but like dropping out of like random things. Let's say like you drop out of a book, you drop out of a movie, right?
Interesting.
So let's say if something is not adding any real value to your life. So let's say, what did I go to college for? I basically went to college. So like here's like what I thought of when I went to college on my very first day.
Right.
Like I thought I would go in, I would outsmart everyone.
Amazing.
I would get a package of 36 lakhs.
Yeah, that's the spirit. That's the spirit.
And I would be like, heck yeah, man! Like this is the life. Like
Okay.
and like so that and like then I go in on the college on my first day. A random dude comes in and says, "Dude, son, ye sapne mat dekh." And I was like, okay, man. Like, and then he told me the reality of the college, and I was like, okay, maybe this is not the place for me.
Okay.
So like, and like this feeling was somewhere in there. And like,
Okay.
then I started working with companies here and there. And like after a while, what happened was that like I developed some mental models where I started thinking about things in terms of their relative return to me. Let's say like what. So the way it began is like let's say like in terms of when let's say this friendship which we have.
Yeah.
So my basic idea of like having like any friend is like what is the value that this guy is adding to my life.
Right.
Or like if I go to any movie I watch, like what is the purpose of that movie in my life?
Okay.
To provide some entertainment, right?
Yeah. Right.
Why am I watching any documentary?
Yeah.
It is because like just to learn something, or just because I find this topic interesting.
Okay.
Like I don't want to do things for the sake of doing them.
Right.
It's about getting return out of everything which I'm doing.
And all in all, you very crisply made the point that you should determine what's the purpose of pursuing something.
Yes,
And
that is the whole idea.
Yeah. And if the purpose is not being fulfilled and you see it not being fulfilled, then you should drop out.
Exactly. Like
So that's what you're saying. Right?
Yep, that is the whole idea of it.
Okay, so you have worked with many startups while you were in college.
Yeah.
Okay. You spent about 2 years in college, right?
Yes, around two.
Around 2 years in college before dropping out. So can you please elaborate on the internships that you pursued while you were in college? Did that play a big role in what your career has turned out to be?
Yeah, definitely. Like in fact, like internships were the stepping stone of my like whatever I have learned so far. The first internship which I applied for was the role of a content creator.
Okay.
I had to make funny clips of like 15-20 seconds, and I sucked at it, like really sucked at it.
Okay.
So and after that, what happened was that like he saw, I don't know how he decided, but he said like, hey, just come and like start working.
Okay.
And it was primarily operational. What I did was I was putting tags on a video.
Right.
And it just worked out. Like he liked my work over there. He asked me to continue for a month. Then the company shut down because the founder decided that he has to return the investors' money. Then he shifted on to something of his own. And after that, once that internship ended up, like I shifted to other companies, and like then the founder invited me back to his company again. So the way it worked for me was that like after I first I just kept working. Right. Like from one place to another, from this place to there, and from there to here. So like I would say it's like probably everyone out there. Is to just go out there and like just start doing things.
What you're basically trying to say is just passive learning won't do you any good. You will have to simultaneously work and put that learning
like,
to some
like
application.
knowledge is no good unless and until you're applying it somewhere.
Very right, very rightly said. So you all should pursue internships clearly while you're in college. That brings great value and can even propel you to dropping out, so be careful. You are presently working in an industry which is the blockchain industry, and very obviously your college must not have told you anything about blockchain. And even if today you go back to your college and ask a professor about what is blockchain, he would probably not have the answer even today. But you're working in that industry at the age of 20 after having dropped out. So how did you learn? Obviously you learned it all on your own.
Yeah.
Okay. So what is the importance of self-learning to you?
So, in fact, like anywhere, like any industry that you work in, like we are really not working in an age where you can like study up till let's say 22 or 23 years of age and like take those skills up and like apply those skills to your 40 or 50 years of your entire career.
Right.
Like that is like it's the age of continuous learning.
Okay.
Unless and until you are working or learning something daily, or periodically, you are not doing yourself any good.
Would you count college education into that, like formal education as a part of that? Because obviously everyone is going to college every day, to school every day.
Honestly, not. Like in fact, like if I had to like chart out my life, if I could like have a time machine and like go back and change something about my life, it's to like go and like tell my 17-year-old self that hey man, like stop going to college, take the damn laptop, open like Audacity and like just start coding.
Right.
Like trust me, that is the best advice you can give a kid that is going to start his or her college. In times of like startups like Lambda school, we don't really like I don't really foresee like institutions like Harvard or let's say Princeton like having the same brand value in the next 10 to 15 years as they have as of now. Me personally, I have liked exploring things like from the very beginning. Like, so what I do is like I take a topic and let's say I take something like blockchains. So the way I started was like it was in January 2017 basically. I started and like I went and like I saw this video on YouTube by some random guy about what is a blockchain.
Right.
Then I went ahead and read, like Satoshi Nakamoto is this guy, and like there's Hyperledger. Then there is like other projects who have come up.
Okay.
And 2017 was when the ICOs thing actually happened. So I wrote an article, and that article got some good views on Medium.
Right.
And that's how I was able to get my first job. So the best thing that you can do while being in college or being in school is to like just go out there and like to start learning, because internet, trust me, is the best school that you have, and Twitter provides the best teachers there are.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, so self-education is equally important or even more important than college education.
Yeah, it's definitely even more. It's definitely more important than college.
Exactly. That is interesting to note that you are a remote worker. Okay, so you don't have to go to office to work, and you can work at your comfort at your house and still make a good amount of money and still create value for the company. Tell us a bit about how this works out, how this remote working works out, because people are saying that remote working is actually the future of work, and this is how people are going to work in the future.
Okay, like currently, like we are seeing the rise of tools like Slack. They're like much better video conferencing tools. So definitely, we are seeing this new movement where like startups are entirely remote. Like we at Prism Labs, we're entirely remote. We don't have any office. We don't have any headquarters.
Right.
We don't have anything as such. Our employees are completely remote. Like they work from the comfort of their homes, and the best part is that like obviously there are some issues. Let's say like if I'm working with Adam and who is based in San Francisco, then there's obviously a 13-hour time gap. So I have to like take care of it. Like, and like we have to like determine our way. Like how can we work around that part? Obviously there are problems, but like going ahead, I would say. Let's say like in 90s or in like 2000, what happened was like all the best engineers and all the best talent was in was in Silicon Valley.
Right.
Or basically like Silicon Valley attracted the top talent in the world.
Right.
But the truth is, the best people are not in your zip code, man. Like, so what happens is like every startup which is there, like they are moving like very fastly to hiring workers remotely because it's not because there are visa issues, there are that, because there are a heck load of issues. Like, for example, let's say if I want to go from like Delhi to San Francisco to work,
Right.
there are a heck lot of issues. Plus, like there are ways it benefits them as well. Like for them, like for us, like for let's say like for someone who is working with a startup in Silicon Valley, like the cost for them are obviously less as compared to hiring someone in Silicon Valley.
Right. So basically, in the future, in the very near future, maybe in the present itself, we'll be seeing people from different countries together in different time zones working together on the same project.
Yeah.
Very interesting. Okay. So moving on to my last question, you have already partly answered this one, but still I would ask you this. What would you recommend to your younger self, or maybe what would be your advice to your younger sibling that what you should be presently doing to be doing good in this present stage of technology, and what all things are going around? What would be your advice? Because you are presently doing the best a 20-year-old can do in many ways. So what would be your advice to a teenager, early teenager?
Get open your laptop and don't open Pornhub.
Okay, open your laptop but don't see porn.
Yeah. Like, don't spend like way too much time on it. But like what I would suggest, like anyone out there, like anyone in college to go out there and basically like just open your laptop and like start learning, man. Like whatever the heck that you want to learn, like it is available online.
Right.
You want to learn calligraphy, that is there. Like you want to learn philosophy, that is available online. Go and like talk to people. Like there is Reddit, like which has some fantastic conversation going on. Twitter is, I would say, it's perhaps the learning machine there is, like the best learning machine there is. Like I follow a shitload of people who are just amazing at what they do. Like,
Okay.
And these guys, they are distributing their wisdom on something like Twitter just for free.
Okay.
Honestly, I would pay like more than like $100 a year to get wisdom like that. So that
Right.
is something I would recommend it to everyone. Like go out there, build your networks.
Okay.
Create your own, curate your Twitter following. Build your network among those people and write. Like that is something which I think like I am not really sure if I'm that deserving one to say that, but yeah, like that is something which I plan on doing soon because
writing is important. And
Yeah, like-
I'll quickly plug this in. I write one blog a day at chavisap.com, and you can follow me on Instagram at chavisap.com, and I upload those on my story every day. Okay, so I'm done. Now, continue.
Okay, so yeah, like so this is something which actually this guy inspired me to, and like
So I'm an inspiration to many. You can see that. Right?
I read a tweet by Andrew Chen that like quality writing is perhaps the best indicator of like how good someone is, especially in the field of technology. Like it's the age of like individuals like who can build and market. So like I would suggest you get started with doing that.
Okay. So he has already produced amazing amount of value in this episode, and you guys should probably be taking notes by now. Take out your notepads and start taking notes, because this is the ultimate advice you can get while you are in your teenagers. And to sum this all up, this episode mainly, if you are a teenager and want to do well, you need to know that you should not entirely depend on institutions like school and colleges for education. Go out there on the internet and learn. Second thing, you should go on Twitter and follow the right people, because Twitter creates an amazing amount of value for people, as he just said. Then Reddit is a platform which values content more than people. So you can find amazing kind of content on Reddit. Go on Reddit and do that. Fourthly, he said that writing is important. You should take time every now and then and write on topics you care about. You can take inspiration from me. I write every day on different topics. At times I do run out of topics, but then I always manage to find some topic or the other. I don't limit myself to any genre. I write about technology, I write about philosophy, just about anything. So just do this, and this is how you're going to be doing well in the 21st century. But the only way you can possibly fail in this century is by over depending on the education system for your success, because that's not the way you're going to get it, and you're probably going to be unemployed if you do that. So do take this advice very seriously. This is made for you. Do this. So thank you for joining us, Ankit.
Okay,
It
sure.
was great talking to you. So like, comment, subscribe to the Figuring Out, and you say it,
Yeah, man,
Jordan.
like do like, share, and like what do I say?
Subscribe.
Okay, so do like, comment, and subscribe to this guy's YouTube channel. Like follow him on Twitter, man. Like
Yeah.
and like especially Instagram. Like he publishes some good blogs over there.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely.
I told him to do this for me.
Yeah, like, I'm getting paid well. So
Yeah. So follow him on Twitter as well. He's very active on Twitter and creates an amazing amount of value. So thank you for joining us. This is all for today's episode. Like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you so much.